what's up everyone, it's your girl Brainy Shanae, and today I'll be doing an unhaul. I think it's that time of the year where I need to go ahead and get rid of some of the books. Now, I'm not necessarily didn't enjoy any of these books, but I just feel like it's about that time of year. I usually unhaul books at least once a year, if not twice a year, and I think this is the best time to do so. So let's go ahead and get started with this unhaul. So there's going to be a few books. I think there's at least 20 books here, I think. Let's see. So the first book that I'll be unhauling is A Dream So Dark. I believe this is the second book in the Nightmare Verse book, Verse series, and this is by L.L. McKinney. I really enjoyed this world. I just think it's about time that I move on, especially, well, since it's been a while since with the third book. I know the third book had been pushed back, and it's just, I feel like there's been a lot of books I enjoy a lot more recently, especially like a lot of books have been released since the beginning of the Nightmareverse. So I'll be reading this book, and I'll be getting rid of the first book as well. So this is the first book and this is the second book. Now, don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed both of these books, but I think it's about time that I go ahead and let them go to new homes. But I definitely enjoyed this. I wish I might read the third book, maybe not, I don't know. I'm sort of out of this world, and since it's been so long since I haven't read these books, and the third one doesn't come out until next year, I don't know if I'll continue on reading it. But like I said, I really enjoyed this book. I love the fact that this is like a Alice in Wonderland type of retelling, and there's a black girl on the cover. Like, I love that. I just think it's that time. So yeah, I'll be getting rid of both of these books so they can go to new homes. These next two books, this is a duology. I loved the first book. The second book was a little bit disappointing for me. And so I'm looking forward to see what this author has in store as far as her other works that she's working on. So the duology I'm talking about is A River of Royal Blood and A Queen of Gilded Horns by Amanda Joy. I loved both of these. Well, I love this book a lot, and then this book was like, for me. Like, I was a little bit let down and disappointed with this one and how it finished out. This one, oh my gosh, love this book wholeheartedly. I did a review about this book, which I'll leave up above. It's one of my earlier videos, so the quality is not as great. But I just loved this book. I love the contents of this book, and it was amazing. But then when this book came around, it was just, what? Yeah, it just wasn't for me. But yeah, these will be going to new homes. But like I said, I think you should read them to figure out for yourself. If you really enjoyed it, like I said, love this book, then this book was like, for me. So I'll be getting rid of both of these books, and they'll be going to a new home. Next book, I really enjoyed this book as well. I did a book review for this book. I'll leave that up above. It's just that time where I felt like I held on to it. I love the story. I appreciated the story. It's just, I feel like now that I'm reading a lot of adult books now, and more, I don't know, more, I don't know how to put it, how to say it. It's just, I'm growing more into adult books recently. Like, I love YA. I'm gonna still read YA. It's just, I feel like for this particular author, like, if she comes out with an adult book, I will definitely pick it up. It's just, I feel like, since I read her other two books and then this book, it sort of had similarities, and I feel like it's time for me to have this book go to a new home, and that is Instructions for Dancing by Nicola Yoon. This is the signed exclusive edition, and I really love this book. Like I said, I did a review for it. It's just, now it's time for me to move on. Like, I do love Nicola Yoon's work. I just hope that she'll do some adult fantasy, or, you know, adult romance. But you can see it's signed by her. But yeah, I loved everything. I love The Sun is a Star. They were all great books, and they were great movies. I just think it's time for me to move on from that. But I really appreciated the story. It was beautiful. It was cute. I loved the cover when this book came out. But yeah, I'll be getting rid of this book as well, and I'll be going to a new home. Next book, I did a review for this book, and I love this book, but I figure I would want this to go to a new home so someone else can appreciate this story, and that is Yinka, Where's Your Husband by Lizzie Demalola Blackburn. Love this book. I have no problems with this book whatsoever. The only reason why I wanted to go to a new home is because I feel like someone else could appreciate it, and someone else can enjoy this story. And this story will stay with me forever. I just want this book to go to a different home, so like they can, like I said, appreciate the story, read the book because it's amazing. And like I said, I did a review for it, so it's not like I'm not getting rid of it because I didn't like it. It's just I want someone else to appreciate the story just like I did. But yeah, I'll be getting rid of this book as well. These next two books I haven't read. They've been on my shelves for a while. I mostly got these books because of, with the Grishaverse and everything that started on Netflix. I read the first book and I was like, it's okay. Which I'm keeping the first book because it's an exclusive edition and I like the cover. But that's the only reason why it's going to stay on my shelves. And these are the second and third book of the series of Shadow and Bone trilogy. And I just know I probably won't be reading these. I'll probably continue on watching the series on Netflix, but I probably won't be reading the books. And that is A Siege and Storm and Ruin and Rising. So this is the second book and third book of the trilogy. And I just, I don't know. I don't think I'll be in the mood to read these. Like, I read the first book and it was okay. It was just a little bit too hyped up for me. But I appreciated the series, the TV series that they have going on for Grishaverse. But yeah, so I'll be getting rid of both these books so they can go to a new home, and hopefully someone will appreciate these books and read them if they read the first one. If not, they can get the first book and get these two books and then start reading the trilogy. But these will be going to a new home. Next book, which I loved as well, I read this last year and I did a review for it, and that is Ariana by Jennifer Saint. I recently had gotten Electra, which I cannot wait to read, and I appreciated this book, but it's time for me to move on to Electra and say goodbye to Ariana. But this book was really good. Love the story, love the premise, and yeah, so this book will also be going to a new home. Just assume all these books are going to be going to new homes, okay? These next two books, which I don't know, like I started reading them and then I feel like I just do not want to finish the books because I don't want it to end. I have kept the first two books of this series because those books has the original covers on the hardcovers, so you won't find them anywhere else. So I definitely want to keep them on my shelves. And the original covers for this series was just beautiful. I wish they kept doing that, but it is what it is. So I'll be getting rid of A Reaper at the Gates by Sabaa Tahir, and then I'll be getting rid of A Sky Beyond the Storm. I probably, maybe one day I might end up getting these books again. It's just right now I have no interest into finishing the series right now. I do want to finish it. I just don't know when that is. It might be a long way, like way down the road from now. I love the first two books, and I'm not saying I dislike the series. It's just I'm not going to be reading them anytime soon, so I figured these books should go to someone else that will definitely pick these books up, especially since they started it or want to start this series. They can get the first book and then they have these two books. So yeah, I'll be getting rid of both of these books as well. Now, these three books I loved so much. I loved how we visited France, we visited Russia, we visited Venice. We were traveling in these books. I appreciate these books. I'm getting rid of these books because I think Fairy Loot or Illumicrate are having special editions for these books, and I want to get them and have them on my shelves. So I'm getting rid of these books particularly so they can go to new homes since I've already read them. So I'll be getting rid of The Gilded Wolves by Roshani Chosky, The Silver Serpent right here, and then the third book, The Bronzed Beast. And like I said, I'm looking forward to trying to get the exclusive editions because yeah, the books are beautiful. I still want to have these books on my shelf. So once I figured like, okay, maybe I'll just give these books away to someone else that will read these books and just get the exclusive editions. But this particular book, The Bronzed Beast, has a signed bookplate on it. So yeah, I'll be getting rid of all three of these books so they can go to new homes. Someone else can appreciate them. And I really just want to get the exclusive editions. So I figure like, why should I have two copies of the same book? It's just not plausible. It's just not, no, I don't need that. So these can go to a new home. So I have these three books. And these four books, or wait, excuse me, let me get to this book. And I'll also be getting rid of this book, The House of Dies Dear by Virginia Hamilton. I read this for Black Weenathon last year. Love this book so much. I definitely will be continue on reading the other three books that are like within the same story. One is called Zeeley, the other one's called MC Higgins the Great, and the other one's called The Planet of Junior Brown. But I figured like I'm not probably gonna read this book again, and I wanted to go to a new home. I really love this book. So hopefully once I give it to, probably I might go to half price books for most of these books, and someone will pick up this book and appreciate it just like I did. But yeah, I'll be getting rid of this book as well. And then these next 4 books, these are on my Pengo. I need to put, I'll probably get a link and then put it down below so you can check it out. These are exclusive editions, Fairy Loot and Illumicrate editions of the books. And yeah, they're on Pengo books because, you know, I figure like since these are exclusive, they're going to be a little bit more pricey. Not as pricey, not like $100 or whatever. That's way over. No. Like around 50, 45 bucks. But yeah, I put these on Pengo books, on my account. It's Brandy Shanae. You can find me. So the first book that I'm going to get rid of is Lore by Alexandra Bracken. I enjoyed this book. I did a review for this book, which I'll leave up above. I appreciate the story. You can see the sprayed edges and stuff. And also it is signed and signed by the author, like right here. But I appreciate the story and I think it should go to someone else. So I had put this on my Pengo for someone else to get. So yeah, so this is the books that I have on Pengo on my account. These next 2 books are the same books. One is a Illumicrate edition and one is a Fairy Loot edition. This is the Illumicrate edition of Book of Night by Holly Black. I do not intend to read this. I had figured like, nope, I'm never going to read this book. I have no interest in reading this book whatsoever. So it's going to go to a new home, whoever wants it. Like, and these are going to be on my Pengo account for anyone to purchase. But yeah, so these are exclusive, you know, has exclusive end papers and it's signed by the author. And this one has a note from the author as well. And of course, this is an exclusive cover and exclusive book entirely. So yeah, want to put this on Pengo, see what happens. If not, I'll lower the price or whatever, what have you. But yeah, I have no interest in reading this book whatsoever. And then this is the Fairy Loot exclusive of Book of Night. So this is also signed by the author, has exclusive end papers, exclusive book and everything. So yeah. These are like 40, 45, 50 bucks on my account. So once I put the link down, you can check it out, or you can just look me up on Pengo Books, Brandy Shanae, if you are interested in these. And then lastly, I had just recently did an unboxing for Illumicrate for this book. I could not cancel it. I really wanted to cancel it once I found out about this book and the contents inside this book. And it was just very, very disturbing, especially the reviews that I read for this book particularly, and I just knew it wasn't for me. So I went ahead and also put this on my account, and that is We All Fall Down by Rose Sabo. So yeah, this is the Illumicrate edition. As you can see, it has the stenciled edges on it. I had put this on Pengo as well, and it's also signed by the author. This is what the book looks like once you take the dust jacket off. Nothing too fancy. Mostly fancy thing about it is it's signed and has the stenciled edges. So I had also put this on my Pengo account as well. But yeah, that is it. That is my unhaul for 2022. I do not plan on unhauling any books anytime soon. It'll probably be next year. So that is it. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Also hit that subscribe button and that bell to be notified when I upload more videos in the future. But thank you so much for watching, you guys, and please stay healthy and stay safe. See ya.